skin. You're doing damage, but nobody's ever been. Do I gotta chase you every summer? Can I have to replace you every summer? You're the only woman on my mind. You're the only way I spend my time. Tick, 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 boom. Can't get you out of the room of my head. Take two, is it too soon to get you into my... I want you now, I need you off the ground. I want not loud, I want you right now. I can't have it right now.
You're the only one that makes me wait all the time. Oh yeah, you blow my mind. Boom, boom, you blow my mind. You're the only one that gets under my skin. You're doing damage, nobody's ever been. Do I gotta face you with another? I'll never replace you with another. You're the only man that's on my mind. You know that nobody right. Tick, 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 boom. This ain't a honeymoon. We all night instead. Sleep until noon. I still assume that you'll be in my... I want it here. Don't make me wait all year. Already facing my fears. Come closer to my ears. I gotta hear it more clear. You're the only one that makes me wait all the time. Oh yeah, you blow my mind. Boom, boom, you blow my mind. You're the only one that gets under my skin. You're doing damage, nobody's ever been. You're the only one that makes me wait all the time. Oh yeah, you blow my mind. Boom, boom, you blow my mind.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. And coming right up, we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Washington Wizards. Well, for Washington, this game will be a big challenge. Facing one of the top teams in the league, they'll need to be at their best to win it. An intriguing matchup tonight. Two smart, experienced ball clubs. Shaq, how do you see this one playing out?
Solid execution on both sides. Each guy playing to his own strengths.
Okay. It's going to be, I think it's going to be more tactical, though, honestly. You know, if the game is played at a fast pace, that's when the benches come into play, because we'll see who has the bigger bench.
If,
You okay? You all right?
Oh.
You all right?
Man, no, I'm not.
Okay.
Oh. Kevin Harlan, take it away.
Oh, sorry, Ernie. You go down the wrong pipe?
Something did.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We're coming at you from the peak, Chesapeake Energy Arena in beautiful Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, as the Thunder prepare to take the floor. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Washington is working their way through a road trip into today's game. Well, they know they have their work cut out for them here tonight and during a stretch of games facing a lot of talented teams.
And it's going to be a tough stretch of games here coming up. I know they're excited for it, and it's going to serve as a real benchmark for this group to find out exactly where they are in this league.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, we know Russell Westbrook is a fearsome competitor, but he says you never know how long you'll be able to run like this or jump like this, so I go for it every time. I may look angry, but it's the only way I know. Yes, you look angry. Kevin?
Yeah, he's special, D.A., absolutely. Thanks. Here at the midway point, what we begin to realize now, there were some underrated pickups in the offseason that are showing what they can do.
Yeah, these are the kind of moves where at the end of the year you start thinking about candidates for executive of the year because they've plugged some holes. They've had an acquisition that's made their bench deeper, and we start to see in an 82-game season that maybe in the 55th to 57th game, a pickup like that is helping them win ball games. This is where those guys earn their money, the general manager.
Not wholesale changes. Just one guy can change a team slightly, and that nuance pays off.
Oh, anything subtle like that, that's where really you tip your hat to the general managers who understood that at some point during the year, we're going to lean on this player.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Beal and Ariza fill out the perimeter. Bryant is out there with Green, and it's Satoransky in at the 1. And he knocks down the first one. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
And you look back at that 2012 finals, the Thunder lost in 5 games to the Heat. And you looked at that young talent, Durant, Westbrook, Harden, now all MVP award winners, along with Serge Ibaka, a young, talented, energetic Serge Ibaka. And it felt like there was a team that was going to rule the West for a very long time.
Tipped away. Westbrook with the steal. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Well, the anticipation for steals that Westbrook shows, I mean, maybe playing point guard paying off on the defensive end to help create that fast break.
And so Satoransky will bring it up for Washington. It's a 5-point game. Outside Bryant. Pass to Beal. Inside. Here's Satoransky, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And right in the teeth of the defense, making a statement early in this one.
Yeah, pinpointing the rim protection with that attack, and no one makes enough of an effort there to stop him.
Misses the 3. Here's George, and it's Paul George with the finish.
Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
And that last replay, courtesy of the Under Armour Hover Havoc, unleashing a little bit of chaos. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
To the inside. Here's Beal, and the shot goes in.
And where's the help? Obviously a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Well, you have to be able to trust each other on the defensive end of the floor. Otherwise, the whole thing is just going to crumble.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Pass to Green. That's tipped. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. Yep, it counts.
These guys are like dentists right now. 4 out of 5 recommending a made shot. They're in a great groove.
Washington's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Satoransky with it. 8 points his last outing. Bryant dishes to Beal. Shot clock at 6. Here's Satoransky, and Grant sends it back.
A skilled shot blocker, Grant, coming over and is so quick off the floor, swats that one out.
And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by George.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
I love his will, his take charge attitude, the aggressiveness, all of that showing up.
Oh,
yikes!
Wow.
You got your scorecard out, Kevin. That might be a 50, or are we going 100 or 1,000? Westbrook with a unique combination of power and athleticism.
It's Beal on the wing. The pass to Bryant. They double team Beal. To the middle. Here's Satoransky. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Here's Westbrook. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
It's Beal on the wing. Pass to Bryant. Back to Beal. To the paint. The shot by Satoransky, no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
George with the bucket.
Well, he hasn't missed yet, guys, and the defense is scrambling for answers to stop this hot start.
Here's Ariza. Some solid defense from Grant. Oklahoma City leading by 9. Here's George. Ariza has the open look. And another miss by Washington. And here's Grant. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. They went to Washington for their last meeting with the Wizards, and they came out with the win.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
It was definitely that defense that carried them to that huge win that night. You have to figure they'll be primed to wreak even more havoc here in this one.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
And on an ordinary night, guys, I think they would have come out on top. That's just how well they played, but they happened to catch an opposing team at the very top of their game.
Yeah, both teams gave a very strong performance. I think that was a prime example of the home court advantage being just that, an advantage.
Here to see the numbers for Westbrook. First in assists, first in steals, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And we're talking about the ultimate competitor here, leading the league in assists, maximizing every possession. He just tears apart a defense. Pass to Satoransky. 6 to shoot. Passes it to Ariza. And another miss by Washington. Oklahoma City leading by 11. And George, here we go. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Satoransky. And we've got a chance now to get caught up on how the standings are looking in the West as we make the push through midseason. You look at the Nuggets. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And, of course, there's the Thunder, a game and a half out.
And, you know, for the Thunder, they had plenty of doubters before the season started, but I can't imagine there's anybody out there that's taking them lightly anymore.
Well, how could you? They're a team that's actually feared at this point, and that is legit. They go into every single game, no matter who's the opponent, and they expect to win.
Beal can't get it to go. Beal's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far.
And Bradley Beal earning that first All-Star nod in 2018, a top 20 scorer. He can hurt you from just about anywhere on the court.
Now, here's Satoransky. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. And Bryant kicks to Beal. Wizards passing it around.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. Here's Westbrook, and the dunk by Westbrook.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing, the passion that they're playing with up and down the floor.
Wizards trail by 13. And Beal just turned 25. Have we seen his best, or do you think he can take his game to even another level?
I think the key is going to be him staying healthy. Injuries have kind of plagued him early in his career. With health, he'll be able to refine his game and fortify his defense and expand that offensive repertoire.
Well, with this break in the action, let's see which players have had the hot hand lately. Here are the top scorers in the past month. Second is Paul George.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
Westbrook against Satoransky. Westbrook, no good.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Here's Adams. Beal with the steal. Here's Green. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Heat in Miami.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Westbrook drives in. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Wizards trail by 15. Now Satoransky. 6 points for him. Green, no luck. Adams down low. Ariza covering, and he comes up with the deuce. And the Thunder lead by 17.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
And if you check out the strategy, you can see already the plays that they're calling. Feels like they found a weakness or two in the defense.
Back to Satoransky. Inside, just 5 to shoot. Ariza with the buckets.
Yeah, feel for him right now, guys. He's much better than this 1-for-4 start. He just needs to relax a little bit out there and let that game come around to him.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. Brent, we've got great dunkers now. You played at a time when there were sensational dunkers in the NBA.
Yeah, I saw a lot of guys go over the top of me.
Including yourself.
Too kind. Here's the money. Kevin, I think about those old, and we remember these, the old VHS tapes where you used to get like the dunk highlight tapes. Those are still
Sean Kemp.
Oh, so fresh in my mind.
Dr. J.
Dominique Wilkins over the top. MJ over everybody.
Young Vince Carter.
Kenny Skywalker. I mean, just the list goes on and on. But the best in-game dunker, I think it's pretty unanimous that Vince Carter still holds the title.
And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Nerlens Noel checks in for Steven Adams. Patterson comes in for Jeremy Grant. Alex Abrinas has checked in for Terrence Ferguson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And then for Washington, Mahimi's checked in for Bryant. Sam Decker comes in for Green. And it's Brown in for Beal.
That's his first personal foul.
The feed to George. And the layup's good off the glass. George has got 12 in the game.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Well, it's so nice to have the early lead. This is where you want to stick with what's working until somebody shuts you down.
And here comes the break. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession.
Yeah, just not good court awareness there. You cannot afford to be careless. That just leads to bad turnovers.
Ron Baker, he's checked in for the Wizards. And it's Ariza with the ball for Washington. Trailing by 17. And Mahimi with the stuff.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Schroeder, and he converts the layup.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Down low, it's deflected. Paul George with the steal. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Paul George does a great job changing speeds right there, and that's a huge part of his athleticism. Takes it strong to the cup and just daring a defender to come at him. Well, PG played his first 7 seasons in Indiana with the Pacers and guided them to 2 Eastern Conference Finals appearances. And that playoff PG moniker that he came up with, it holds true if you look at the numbers. And when the Pacers were about to rebuild, I think Paul George let them know that he was willing to move on to continue his career somewhere else.
Free throw good, Paul George. A lot of fans in Indiana upset with Paul George for deciding to leave. Do they have a point, Brent, or is that unfair?
I think it's a little unfair, Kevin. 7 great years from Paul George. Obviously had to recover from the leg injury and came back strong. But PG wanting to go somewhere where he could win a title And that's a decision that every player has to make. PG thought somewhere else he might have that opportunity and maybe more chances to do so.
Paul George with the steal. Here's Schroeder, and he banks in the layup. Schroeder's got his second bucket of the game to go.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
It's Brown on the wing. He kicks to Mahimi. Back to Brown. The Wizards working the ball around now. Ariza against George. Clock at 4. Over Ariza. Again, the Thunder score.
And he's off to a phenomenal start here tonight, guys.
Washington shooting 47% from the field to start things off. Brown outside. Kicks to Decker. There's the pass to Baker. Ariza outside. And nothing is falling for him right now. Here's George. He gets that one. George has got 18 points.
Well, his offense should come with a warning label, caution, flammable. He's connecting on everything. The D looks dumbfounded.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
18.
A lot of high hopes for Schroeder when he signed his 4-year deal back in 2016. His development hasn't continued at a high level, at least high enough for some people to take notice. So shooting from a distance, still an issue for the young point guard.
18. Please don't try to play us. 18. Oh, 18. Call Sharita. Oh, let's link up. Oh, ain't no days off. Let's I'm paid off. These play soft. We just play ball. Oh, 18. Won't you sign up? Join my roster. You a scholar. Oh, 18. Know you ready. My right hand steady. Coach you if you let me. Oh, 18. Got that A1. A1 steak sauce. Oh, can't take loss. Oh, 18. Join my FIFA.
And while we've got a chance, let's check out the stats for Ariza. He's averaging 11 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
Brown kicks to Baker. Ariza outside. And again, Washington no good.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
And George with the stuff.
Well, Paul George taking initiative tonight and going right at the defense.
.131 left to play in the first quarter. They double him with George, and it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Diallo, he's checked in for Oklahoma City.
For your Thunder, Hamidou Diallo.
Baker kicks to Ariza. They get it back. That shot, no good. And so it's Oklahoma City with it, fresh from a win against Portland.
And we're able to overcome what was a really poor shooting night, and you're not going to be able to win with a percentage as low as theirs that often unless you defend.
Yeah, and they certainly did that. What they lacked in offense, they more than made up with defensively. It wasn't pretty, but it was a win all the same.
Here's Diallo. Ariza covering. Diallo no good. The Wizards shooting to start this game off about 41% from the floor. There's the triple. Ariza with the bucket. Ariza's got 7.
And three-pointers constituting the majority of Ariza's shot attempts in recent years. He won't hesitate.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one is on Ariza. The Thunder shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Hamidou Diallo.
That free throw good from Diallo. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And they've been the more physical team, offensively, seeking contact, looking to score in the lane, and getting to the line.
Baker passes to Ariza. Back to Baker. Inside, here's Brown. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
The open shot by Ariza. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Abrinas' shot is off.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Washington shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And on the season, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
Now, gentlemen, two shots. Two shots.
That free throw, no good. So he comes up empty at the line. Here's Schroeder. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Oklahoma City cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. Back right after this. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. Her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine. So,
well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
Recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a very convincing performance from the Thunder so far.
The chemistry through the roof, and it's allowed them to build this huge lead after one.
All parts are working together, even the guys who have not put the points on the board making their subtle contributions.
So this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting the second. Decker is out there with Trevor Ariza. Then there's Ian Mahinmi. Then there's Brown. And it's Baker in at the point guard. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Bradley Beal became a first-time All-Star in 2018, but he knows the next step is becoming a better leader. He said, "Sometimes I can be nonchalant, locked into myself and not saying anything. It's just my personality, and as a leader, you can't be that way. You have to encourage your teammates and don't be afraid to say things. Don't be afraid to be a leader." Kevin?
Good story, D.A. Thank you. The drive by Schroeder. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
Trying to get more confident shooting from the interior. Schroeder wants to keep adding some elements to the offensive end of his game.
Brown outside. Pass to Decker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Beyond the arc. Brown, good. Brown's got his third basket of the night.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
A heady play there from Schroeder, zipping the pass to the teammate who had the cleanest look on the possession.
Baker kicks to Mahinmi. And the wide open shot from Decker. From outside, off the mark.
That's where I like the shot selection. The defense cannot afford to give up wide open shots. And they dodged a bullet there.
And that one, good. Billy Donovan has faced a tough job in Oklahoma City, Brent. Star players leaving town, some even criticizing him after they left.
The circumstances of Billy Donovan moving off of what he did at the University of Florida and making that a powerhouse Division I basketball program, it's been very interesting to have Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant to begin your career, and then pushing that team to almost beating the Golden State Warriors, losing in a Game 7 to losing Kevin Durant. Billy Donovan's seen a lot in the early part of his career. The hopes is that he continues to grow and learn. Really happy with the hire of Billy Donovan and what he brings to the table in terms of his basketball acumen.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Grant comes in for Alex Abrinas. And it's Felton in for Dennis Schroeder. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Ryan, he's checked in for Mahinmi. Green comes in for Decker. Bradley Beal's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And Satoransky's subbed in for Baker. Pass to Patterson. Here's Diallo. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Brown wide open. He fires. No good on the 3. Oklahoma City leading by 22. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
For Washington, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Passes it to Green. Green draws the double. Here's Brown. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Brown's got 9.
Now you could just tell in his gait and in the look on his face, he's in a great rhythm after a terrific first quarter. He is feeling it here in the second.
And that one drops for him.
Well, when he gets into the paint, Kevin, he starts to get hungry. He goes right through the defense. He's a straight line guy.
And so Satoransky will bring it up for Washington. Outside, Beal. Second chance shot, and it's good on the layup.
Bucket earned, out-muscling and out-hustling everybody for the rebound.
And so here is Oklahoma City. Here's Diallo, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. For Washington, they've gone 6 of 11 from the floor, over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Felton leading the charge, and yes, it's good. 12 points for him.
And at full speed, he still has the wherewithal to get himself in good position.
Yeah, the snap decisions right there, reading the situation on the move and then making the right choice.
And stolen by Patterson. Drive by Adams. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Mind the lanes.
On the free throw, no good. Brent, last season the league cut back on timeouts. Are you hearing any other ideas of how to reduce the duration of some of these games?
There was also the idea last year where they put it into place where right after the second quarter ended, they put you on a 15-minute clock in between halftime.
It started immediately.
And I thought that was ideal. So if you're at a game and you get to see the dog jumping through the hula hoop.
Which you love.
I love it.
I know.
It's only going to last the 7 or 8 minutes before the teams come back out. And I thought last year that helped the game speed along. And I think they sped up last year, if I'm not wrong, Kevin, by about 3 minutes time.
I'm glad when you go out there and balance the dishes on your head. That's always been so fun to watch.
There's only one red panda, Kevin.
I know.
And really pushing the tempo. Fast break buckets, a big factor for them offensively.
Brown the pass to Green. And here is Satoransky. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pulls up on the wing. No good off the back of the rim.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Left side, Adams. Here's Grant. Buries it down low. Grant's got his second basket of the game.
And a terrific percentage here in the first half. You got to love their rhythm and the flow with which they're playing.
I also like the adjustments that they've made. Each time they're defended a little bit differently, they seem to have the answer for it.
Adams. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. And it's 8 points for Steven Adams.
Well, that's something Adams is working on right there, finishing plays strong with a hand in his face.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And he makes that one.
Well, he's like a fumbling banker right now, dropping dimes with ease. I like how well he led his teammate on that possession.
Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Knocked away. And here's the fast break. Felton leading the way. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Once a 5-star recruit coming out of high school, Steven Adams has the size and smarts to really become a devastating big man in the NBA.
And he's just had 1 attempt at the line earlier. That free throw, no good. For the Thunder, Paul George, he's checked in for Patterson. Terrence Ferguson comes in for Diallo. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Raymond Felton. And he's good on the second. And so it's Washington with it. Satoransky with it. He's got 8. Outside, Beal jacks up a 3. The shot's good on the assist by Satoransky. Satoransky's got assist number 5 here tonight. Westbrook kicks to George. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. George has got 22 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Stolen by George. And George with the stuff.
George is not settling for low percentage plays right now. He's putting the defense in a really tough position.
And so Satoransky will bring it up for Washington. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Well, terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
And it's in there. George has got 8 points here in this quarter.
Think back to when Paul George entered the league in the 2010-11 season for the Indiana Pacers, a skinny kid. Not so much anymore.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Sinks that one from the post. George has got 30.
Well, he's got a baton in the right hand as he's orchestrating what's going on a maestro, if you will.
Sadaransky, the pass to Brown. Here's Green. That misses off the backboard.
Yeah, momentum right now is against them. They're just going to have to figure out a way to ride this one out.
Got to be some consideration here for a different rotation because the matchups right now just not favorable.
Beal gets a wide open look. And again, Washington no good. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That's his first foul. Noel's checked in for Grant. Decker's checked in for Washington. Ron Baker comes in for Sadaransky. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync. And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Here's Baker. He's covered by Westbrook. Outside for Beal. They can't stop the run with that one.
Yeah, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim.
And George gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. So for the Wizards, Mahimi's checked in for Bryant. And Trevor Ariza subbed in for Jeff Green. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for George.
And it's really been a tremendous night. He's been efficient. He's been a major driving force in this offense. And it's no small task to try to slow him down. Once he gets rolling, like we've seen in this game so far, watch out.
Ariza kicks to Baker. Back to Ariza. The pass to Baker. Now, here's Decker. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Ferguson, the pass to Adams. Here's George. And that one goes long. Washington shooting it up around 45% from the field in the second quarter. And so Washington again turning it over.
He's going to throw his arm out trying to make a pass of that length.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Schroeder's checked in. Oklahoma City shooting a mind-boggling 79% off the...
Whoa! You saw that. Look, I know some guys are going to dunk, but when it's Westbrook, man, he fires up his teammates.
There's a minute 47 left to play here in the half. Tipped away. He kicks to Schroeder. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Schroeder's got 8 points in the quarter.
Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
And Russell Westbrook, he is a standard bearer for the Jordan brand with his own signature shoe, Greg. Few players have ever been as competitive as Michael Jordan, but you think Westbrook may be in that conversation?
No doubt about it. The similarities don't end there. The surreal athleticism, the will to dominate, and that fight, finding grudges to motivate them to their highest level. I think there's a kinship in how MJ and Russ approach the game.
Personal foul.
Pass to Decker. Wizards passing it around. George against Ariza.
This game is going to get even more out of hand unless they start valuing the basketball.
Well, all of that starting right there with the steal by Paul George, illustrating his ability to anticipate that time, and a great play on the ball.
Here's Baker. And it's Ariza in the corner. Drops in the tray. Ariza's got 10 points in the game.
You could see some miscommunication on the defensive end of the floor that time. No excuse for letting a player get that good a look on that possession. And it's not so much just the made shots, it's the consistency of the made shots that's got his team the lead.
Washington shooting 47%, pretty solid. Back to Baker. And now the fast break. George with the ball. The shot's good. George has got 39.
Well, his offense should come with a warning label, caution, flammable. He's connecting on everything. The D looks dumbfounded.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. From deep three-point range, and the last-second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Oklahoma City enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we'll be right back after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Boy, what a crowd joining us here for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He went on an historic scoring frenzy, tallying a ridiculous number of points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
When Paul George plays with high energy, he goes to a level others can't reach. He defends 4 and 5 positions. On the other end, it's effortless for him to create good looks. One of the most intriguing players to watch when he's on his game.
And over to Shaq, your take on the Wizards.
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked. They were weak physically. That's part of how they fell behind in this game. I think if they can control those things, they'll be okay, Ernie.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And how disruptive was he in that first half? I mean, creating havoc, causing turnovers, and really energizing his team.
So many times we talk about offensive players being in a great rhythm. Well, right now, defensively, he's in one. Great anticipation and reading those passing lanes.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So for Oklahoma City right now, inside pairing is Grant and Adams. Westbrook and Ferguson, their backcourt, and it's George in at the 3 spot, and George with the stuff.
Yeah, this is great when Westbrook starts to dictate the tempo of the game. This time he's doing it with the pass, setting up a teammate.
And so Satoransky will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. Ariza outside. Misses the 3.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
This is great to see him take over in stretches like this, coming alive at just the right time.
And Satoransky kicks to Ariza. Back to Satoransky. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Satoransky's got 10 points. On the wing, George. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 5 assists in the game. Washington has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break, nabbing another steal.
He's making history, tied for 3rd most steals in a single game.
Incredible tenacity. He continues to hound the ball. For Washington, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. They double him with George. Pass to Ariza. Green finds Bryant. It's Beal on the wing. Pass to Ariza. 5 on the clock. Basket counts. 15 points in the game.
A strong finisher around the rim. Ariza with the size to do some damage.
And it's good. 2 points.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Wizards have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Westbrook with the steal. And finished off by Westbrook.
And whatever the adjustments at halftime, they are looking really good right now.
Yeah, scratching my head trying to remember the last time that they missed. They're on an absolute tear.
Ball's knocked loose. And Satoransky kicks to Beal. But they get it back. Green passes to Satoransky. Beal from long range. Russell Westbrook with the rebound.
Well, it's like the defense has a bunch of matchbooks in their hands right now, playing with fire. They were fortunate that somehow he misfired on that one.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And Satoransky kicks to Ariza. Outside for Beal. That's in, coming off an assist from Bryant. That's 12 points for Beal.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
Here's Satoransky. 10 points for him. To the paint. Beal can't get it to go.
Got to get out of his compass and just try to find himself right now and get himself going.
And George with the stuff.
Yeah, Paul George, look out. Hammers that one home.
For Washington, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. He swipes the ball away again.
He's been a defensive terror all night long.
I've never seen anything like it. And he's actually tied the record for the most steals in a game.
And now he sits alongside Kendall Gill and Larry Keenan. 11 steals, remaining the all-time benchmark for defensive thievery. And the rebounding has been key to their success here tonight.
A bit of a numbers game. More boards, obviously, meaning more possession. And that's been reflected tonight in the score.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Here's Satoransky. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Here's George, and he uses the glass on the layup. George has got 59 points.
Paul George can be dangerous out in transition. Great job finishing there.
And another steal for him.
He's stolen his way into the record book.
A new single-game high, GA for steals.
And he has snapped the long-standing mark held by Kendall Gill and Larry Keenan. Unbelievable to see that record broken. And the stop-and-play guys giving the home crowd a chance to just cheer on his incredible play.
And Greg, he's earned it. You don't get all those steals without expending a huge amount of energy.
Steal after steal after steal. This is amazing. He's got to be a thorn in the side right now for the opposing coach.
Like it's
For the Thunder, Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Grant. Alex Abrinas comes in for Terrence Ferguson. And it's Felton in for Russell Westbrook. And a switcher also for Washington. Brown's checked in to end the run. And again, Washington, no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here's a look at what's coming up for Washington. On Tuesday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Wednesday, they'll take on Chris Middleton and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And for their matchup with the Bucks, you know they're going to be amped up for that one, and they'll need to be. That's going to be one tough game for that group.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Paul George.
The versatility of Paul George as he's matured and put some more weight on his frame through the years. He's an exceptional two-way player with outstanding length and a tremendous scoring ability.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. One team owner proposed that we should abolish the draft and have free agency for rookies, maybe giving lesser teams a bigger pool of money to spend. Just some of the ideas that these teams are in the league is throwing out there.
Well, that's an interesting idea. The one that I heard about last summer was in Houston trying to flip-flop free agency and the draft so that all of a sudden what you can do is draft players after it is that you've made all your free agent acquisitions, so you could draft positionally. You know you're set up for your team next year. And the more I've thought about that, Kevin, coming into the season, the more I like it. So we'll see what kind of traction that gets.
And so Satoransky will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. Brown outside. From the arc. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
And taken away by Brown. Beal deciding where to go with it. There's the pass to Satoransky. Brown outside. Teardrop shot. The rebound by Steven Adams. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, Paul George will take those opportunities anytime he can get them. A nice dunk there.
Wizards have gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. Doubled by Felton. Outside, Green. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Steven Adams picks one up.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Shots. Relax on the first.
The free throw drops for Green for the Wizards. Mahimi comes in for Bryant. And it's Ron Baker in for Satoransky. Both free throws good from Green. Here's Felton. Adams outside. There's the dish to George. Shoots over Brown. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Outside, Beal. Baker kicks to Green. Outside for Beal. Nice ball movement by Washington. 5 on the clock. The drive by Green. Chalk up 2 there.
And you really can't forget about Green's speed. So effective on the drive.
The Wizards have gone 2 of 4 at the free throw line. The Wizards making a switch here. Decker's checked in.
One shot behind the lanes.
Here's Oklahoma City. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul goes against Washington.
Yeah, I think you got to be cautious when you guard Paul George. He's not afraid of the contact, and that time welcomed it.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from George. Nerlens Noel checks in for Oklahoma City. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Raymond Felton. And so he makes both from the line.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
The Wizards have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. They double him with George. Down low, Decker. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Decker's got his first points of the night.
That's just smart basketball. Ideally, you love for all of your shots to come from that spot.
Patrick Patterson, a veteran forward out of Kentucky, had some of his best years, Brent, playing with the Toronto Raptors.
He's a real difference maker for them, coming off the bench and being able to stretch out offensive possession, shot the ball incredibly well, high efficiency from there. And that's why the advanced stats, I think that the general manager of Oklahoma City thought that Patterson, as an addition here, could help out their offense and give them some punch off the bench.
The shot's good. Brown's got 7 points for the quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Patterson can't get it to go.
Oh, and the D did not make that any easier. Can't fault the shooter for missing. That's a tough shot.
And it's Green missing.
And a little frustration now, missing on the catch and flush.
And sometimes the easy play is the right play. You take a chance when you go for that big finish.
Washington's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. It's Brown on the wing. Kicks it to Mahimi. Brown against Schroeder. Knocked loose. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Patterson. And he drops it in from the low post. Patterson's got his first 2 points.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Here's Baker. Plays it up and banks it in. Baker's got 5.
And that's about as easy as it gets. Not many guys are going to blow wide open layups at the professional level like that.
Patterson, that's good.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Well, the Wizards shooting it quite well in this third quarter, 53%, and the offense is rolling. And Jeff Green, the bucket on the assist by Decker. And that's now 11 points for Jeff Green.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior. And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And then there's the other team. Can't say that about them. Big gap in the recent field goal percentage between these two squads.
The 11-footer, Baker, no good. Baker's gone 2 for 5 tonight. Here's Noel. And the shot goes down. Here's Baker. He's got 5. Over in the corner, Green. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And it goes down 2 points. Patterson's got 6 points in the quarter. Washington shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. 1:27 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Green, and it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Diallo. It's not going to go for him. And Washington the other way now. Here's Decker, and it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
Just giving up way too many transition opportunities.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Baker kicks to Mahimi. Here's Decker. Makes it off the glass. Decker's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Schroeder.
Yeah, it's a disappointing sequence of plays. Absolutely inexcusable turning the ball over like that.
44 seconds left to play in the third. Brown kicks to Mahimi. Pass to Baker. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Baker's got 7 points in the game.
To leave a guy like that wide open from range, big mix-up.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Sam Decker. The Thunder have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first one falls. A different look for Oklahoma City. Jeremy Grant comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Diallo. Trevor Ariza's checked in for the Wizards. Randall comes in for Brown. And so he hits both. 30 seconds left to play in the third. Schroeder against Randall. To the middle. Here's Mahimi. And it's Mahimi finishing it off.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. And Westbrook gets it to go.
Yeah, Westbrook, you fear this. He gets locked in early in games like this. It could be a monster performance.
Randall finds Mahimi. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
Jump ball call.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
Look who's coming out of the court. It's your Thunder Girls. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up.
Cuts off the pass. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He has never been better. This is the most points he's scored in his career, and he is looking to add to it. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Now let's hear what head coach Billy Donovan was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
We've done a great job moving the ball. Let's keep the ball moving, extra pass, attack, pass, and play, okay?
Billy Donovan enjoying the activity his team is showing, the motion of his offense, just wants to see more of it.
Yeah, they're working together well. The key now is to try to do it consistently throughout the rest of this evening.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. We've got Baker. Decker is out there with Mahinmi. Then it's Robinson, and it's Randall in at the point. Shoots a three. Buries it from three-point range.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
Yeah, that was the third straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. He kicks it to Decker. The three. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Westbrook's got 5 rebounds tonight. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Westbrook's got 6 points in the quarter.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Randall dishes to Decker. One thing I like about Adam Silver, he is always looking to break new ground, push the envelopes, and develop new areas of innovation.
Well, always forward thinking, and of course this league has always done that. Adam has found a new position in the league, having a chief innovation officer in place, somebody that's always examining not only how things are going in the league and maybe being adaptable to change, but examining what's going on worldwide. And you always see the way the league tinkers with and toys with Summer League and the way the G League competition sets up in order to try to find more ways to make the game more enjoyable or more accessible to the fan base.
Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. And a switcher also for Washington. Jordan McRae, he's checked in for Ron Baker. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
But he's just fearless and unafraid to go up into the traffic of the defense. Westbrook takes it right to the bucket and a well-deserved trip to the line.
One shot.
Free throw good, Westbrook.
You know, every night that I get a chance to be called to do a broadcast and sit here courtside, I appreciate it so much to be able to watch Russell Westbrook this close. The combination of his motor and incredible talent, it's an all-time sort of run he's on, and great to watch it.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Well, he's so active. You got to box Grant out. When the shot goes up, he'll get to the offensive glass, and he rises up off the floor pretty quick.
Randall passes to Decker. Here's McRae. Back to Decker. Will it go? And again, Washington, no good. Brett, we've heard people say that Russell Westbrook is not a superstar. What are your thoughts on that?
How old are these people you're talking to, Kevin? And really, how much basketball have they watched? Russell Westbrook is the elite of the elite.
Randall against Felton. Randall kicks to Decker. Pass to McRae. From outside the arc, Ferguson with the rebound.
Man, it just hurts to miss shots like this. Mentally, you question yourself, and it can affect your confidence.
That one falls. Westbrook's got 43 points.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
Yeah, they're just absolutely getting anything and everything that they want out there. They have not let up.
It's good from long range.
There's just no excuse to leave someone that wide open. Communication breakdown.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Tearaway warm-ups have long been a feature of the NBA. But last season, the new tearaway jerseys, they just kept ripping apart.
The old uniform malfunction, Kevin, last year. Yeah, maybe...
You even had a couple malfunctions, and that was odd.
Gentlemen,
the tie? Bad ties? I always have bad ties.
You know,
I think they're looking back at the material choices for what they're doing, so maybe there'll be some subtle changes into this year. But it was interesting. In the early part of last year, a lot of guys with a finger underneath the arm and pulling away a jersey and ripped away. So maybe the supplier will do something about the fabric this year.
And so he hits both.
Well, on top of everything else that you get from Russell Westbrook, you get some good foul shooting. Important trait for any point guard and great scorer in the league. Find your way to the line.
And he's clearly been the best rebounder on the floor today.
His rebound total now in the double digits. Been an animal all night long.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Russell Westbrook.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one misses.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Good on the second free throw. We love the sneakers these players wear. Now so many different styles. A lot of different signature shoes out there.
I'm not really a sneakerhead myself, Kevin. I didn't really fall down that rabbit hole. But I know some guys in the league, and we've seen photos of their closets at home filled with
hundreds.
Not hundreds. I've seen guys pushing thousands of pairs of shoes. Now that is dedication.
Worth a lot of money.
No doubt about it. And some of the guys, Kevin, don those specialty sneakers in big-time games. And the one guy that comes to mind for me is P.J. Tucker. Lots of play from P.J. Tucker about some of the things that he strapped on last year during the finals. That's a gorgeous assist. Outstanding at finding his guys in the spots where they want the basketball.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
The loudest and craziest fans get a free T-shirt. Let's hear it, fans.
Every summer, you're the only woman on my mind. You're the only way I spend my time. Tick, 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 boom, can't get you out of the room of my head. Take 2, is it so to get you into my room? I want you now, I need you up the ground. I want you now, Lord, I want you right now. I can't hold it right now.
You're the only one that makes me wait all the time. Oh yeah, you blow my mind. Boom, boom, you blow my mind. You're the only one that gets under my skin. You're doing damage. Nobody's ever clean.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds that time.
Now, he's done a good job of keeping control of the ball. Even with that turnover, you can tell his teammates trust him to hang on to the pill.
And so it's Washington with it. Robinson passes to Decker. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Yes. And that's now 6 points for Sam Decker.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
And so it's Randall bringing it up now for Washington. Up top, Mahinmi. Randall surveying the D. Here's McCray, and he uses the glass on the layup.
That's a gorgeous assist. Outstanding at finding his guys in the spots where they want the basketball.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Well, Brent, we're seeing the Hack-a-Shack targets improve their free throw shooting. Rules changes might curb the strategy, though, going forward.
Well, it's been nice to see that NBA players have worked on a weakness of theirs, free throw shooting in particular, to be better and be somebody who can stay on the floor to impact your team's winning. We saw that last year, Andre Drummond being a prime example. The other thing, Kevin, that we've seen too is coaches having to implement strategies, not just to do the hacking, but in terms of their substitutions and who's on the floor. So interesting thought processes from both ends, but mostly go shoot some free throws, guys.
Yeah, practice.
Practice.
Randall against Felton. Randall kicks to McCray. 5 on the clock. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. Here's Robinson. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Grant. They grab their own miss. Ferguson's shot is good.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you know you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
McCray, the three-pointer, no good. McCray has got 1 3-pointer tonight in 4 tries. Luwabu's shot is off. The Wizards have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. Randall against Felton. Here's McCray. From about 19 feet, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Oklahoma City's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Drills the three-pointer. Ferguson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Decker passes to Mahinmi. Got a piece of it. Decker kicks to McCray. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Baseline J on the way. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
I like that recognition. Effortlessly getting his teammate the ball in a spot where he knows he can do something with it.
Here's Randall. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Noel's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Luwawu, no good that time. And the Wizards now going the other way. Outside, Robinson passes it to McCray. And another miss by Washington.
Might want to stop shooting from out there right now because it's just not working. He needs to look to get his teammates involved at this point in the game.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
The Wizards shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
To the paint. Here's Mahinmi. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Here's Luwawu. From down in the low post, it goes.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Randall passes to Decker. Dishes it to Robinson. There's the pass to McCray. Out left to the wing. No one near Randall as he lets it go. The three-pointer off the mark. Felton attacking. Goes up the baseline. Again, Oklahoma City.
The tenacity, the attention to detail. It's why these guys are in complete control.
It seems like they've been at it on both ends tonight. Tremendous all-around play from them. Has them up quite a bit here.
McCray kicks to Randall. Out to the right wing. Here's McCray. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's. Here's Ferguson. Good. And a nice assist from Felton. Felton's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
That one good for 2. Grant's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's McCray. Down low. Here's Decker. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got rebound number 15 here tonight. Yep, that one goes in there. Ferguson's got 9 points here in the second half.
That's a gorgeous assist. Outstanding at finding his guys in the spots where they want the basketball.
Robinson kicks to Decker. Well, there's a lot of talk, too, Brent, about the age requirement for entering the draft, and Commissioner Silver has said it's a clear change that's probably on the way. What do you think the league should do?
Can you and I talk about a guy that you know quite well who in 1995 came out as the
17-year-old, I know
in
it.
the NBA draft? Kevin Garnett came into the league and handled himself extremely well. Now, for every one of those stories, we know there were other ones where guys did not make much of their NBA careers.
But then here comes the G League.
The G League, to me, is the huge key.
That's the equalizer.
A lot
isn't
of these guys have a ripcord now for some of those things that transpired over the course of the last 30 years, where they can have a softer landing point to continue to develop, to continue to mature, and have an opportunity to make something of their NBA career.
Excellent explanation. And so it's Rendell bringing it up now for Washington.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Oklahoma City.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-gamer.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Paul George.
Well, he could not be stopped on offense. Super efficient tonight. There wasn't a lot the defense could do.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They're in front. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. And the Thunder with the possession here. Noel finds George. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Sam Decker.
Paul George.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. He's perfect from the line this time. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus. Just make the simple play.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Stolen by George by himself. And got it! Another basket.
He is simply unconscious here tonight. Nobody can stop him right now.
GA, the points keep coming, and he's climbing up that scoring ladder. 3rd on the list, well in sight.
And Wilt Chamberlain holds both the 1st and 3rd place scoring marks. First, of course, for 100 points, and 3rd place all time with 78. Anytime Wilt's name comes up, you are making history.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. They poured it on tonight, dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Paul. Outstanding game tonight. And I always wonder what it's like when you really are feeling good out there and how that shows up on the floor.
Man, this got to be one of the best games I played. It just seemed like I couldn't miss. And my teammates found me. They made it easy for me. And, shots finally fell for me.
Yes, I know that phrase is in the zone. Looked like you were living there tonight. Thanks, Paul. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.